says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
We are on the march. The empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Watching the liberty drain out of us like a decapitated pig. To watch our lifeblood pour out of us. To know history. To know the bondage of servitude. America has had it so good. So has the rest of the West. And we are, on average, a lot of soft, arrogant people, myself included. I'm not on a high horse here. But you have been warned, ladies and gentlemen. No one can deny that the government and the mega corporations are waging war against all the other businesses and corporations and against our state governments and are bringing in criminal tyranny. We have a right and a duty to resist this. I do not want this to happen. Everybody I know, famous musicians, Hollywood people, doctors, lawyers, average folks, former NSA, CIA people, they're all saying, that's it, I'm leaving the country, or I'm hiding out, or I don't know what to do. I remember 4 years ago talking to one of the richest women in America. And she was moving out of the U.S., and she said, Alex, there will not be a United States soon. And I said, what does that mean? She said, the derivatives, they're going to destroy us greater than anything, and she's an insider. It's all fraud. This doesn't have to happen. I mean, folks, every other major economist, even 60 Minutes, says national unemployment, 22%. California's 30+. What does Schwarzenegger do? He puts in a carbon tax, a 20% tax on all industry. What's that going to do? They want to destroy it. It's so over the top, it doesn't have to happen. And I do hear local talk show hosts and national getting a little more hardcore. That isn't enough. You got to come out with it all. It's right there. Come on, people. I love this country. My family's been here since 1829. We got a family ranch. I don't want to leave the United States. There's nowhere to run. But more and more, I feel immoral even keeping my wife and children here. I mean, if it gets worse in the next year or so, I may have to get my wife and kids out of the country. But where are they going to go? And I won't be here all the time if I got to go visit them. I mean, I want to save the republic. And again, a lot of folks are waking up right now, but people have got to really face just how evil this system is. This is not America. This is not freedom. This is not good. And all of the inch-deep propaganda they put out to wrap all their evil in patriotism, folks better wake up. Jonathan in Kansas. I want to go to Jonathan, Nate, Alex, and Julio at least. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yes, Alex, I advise you to get a pen and paper because I have two guests who are experts on eugenics. I suggest you get them on your show. They've written books on eugenics, and they're very knowledgeable.
Who are they?
I don't think you've had... Okay, one of their names is Alan Hornblum. That is Alan Hornblum. He written two books about the Holmesburg prison in Philadelphia, which was under the directions of the University of Pennsylvania. They conducted tests with the Army and the CIA with dioxins.
No, they do that they do that in East Texas at Huntsville. They torture them routinely, and then that's mainstream news. They sew dioxin into their back. Hell, they shoot little kids up all the time. It's all part of their fun, killing kids. I mean, it's come out in the news shooting kids up with syphilis. But okay, tell me the other author.
It's her name is Harriet Washington, and she wrote the book Medical Apartheid, and that's where she talked about how. No, I know that.
I've read that book. Yes.
Yeah, and she talked about how the Army would release plagues of mosquitoes on communities that would have yellow fever
and now
malaria.
Bill Gates says you don't want to take vaccines. Fine. He's going to release mosquitoes to give you a special love bite. I appreciate your call, Jonathan. Yes, hardcore info. In fact, let's get Harriet Washington, Medical Apartheid on. Let's write that down. Let's go. I mean, folks, we've got hundreds of eugenics books back here, written, many of them by the government. I mean, these people are so evil, you can't even imagine it. And that's why we're so helpless. We're so cattle-like. I mean, anybody with children, I don't know how you're not fighting as hard as you can to expose these murderers. It comes out all the time. Oh, the government's putting uranium in the water in Texas and kept it secret. Oh, no big deal. Oh, the government shot some kids up with syphilis in Guatemala, but it doesn't matter. The government cares about me. I mean, what is your problem? How many times do you have to look at this? Radiating U.S. foster children to death. Public news. You suck your thumb. I don't care about that. There's going to be a football game on tonight. Let's go ahead and talk to Nate in California. You're on the air.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
I just wanted to let you know I'm up here in Northern California fighting the same fight as you, so just hang in there with us. I'd like to elaborate, though, on people not doing the research, and it's just they'll fight and they'll argue, but they won't even do
they'll
the
tell you
research.
you're lying. They'll tell, I mean, look, Canadians tell me that the Queen can't shut down their parliament. She does it all the time.
Yeah, so I was listening to a lady up here locally, and she says she absolutely refuses to believe that the president, even Obama, would do 9/11 or an inside job. And I just have to yell at the radio, like, don't you even look at all the different operations that are out there that are declassified.
They have declassified over 2,000 examples of nerve gas in Project Shad and other operations, murdering our own troops. They put our troops in chambers, tell them they're going to test something on them, and murder them. Murder them. Murder them. But still,
so
the public sucks the thumb.
Yeah, the people just need to wake up, and they are, so I'm happy about that. Hopefully it's not too late, but I wanted to let you know that you actually inspired me. You woke me up. You inspired me to start a local radio show here. We've had 4 shows already, and we're getting a really good response. We had Michael Murphy, the director of What in the World Are They Spraying On, and we're having some good, we had Gerald Salente coming on, so.
That's awesome. Plug it. I mean, is it internet or is it local AM, FM?
It's local, but they can get online and listen also.
Okay, tell us the station. Tell us the station.
Excuse me?
Tell us the station.
It's KCNR1460.com, and it's just KCNR 1460 AM.
And what's the name of your show?
Sovereign Minds.
Sovereign Minds. God bless you. Got to move. And anybody, local stations have big listenerships, but they want good weekend shows. If you got to go pay, get a sponsor, do it. And then if the show's popular, then you'll start getting paid. Everybody who loves liberty needs to get on air. And I'm sorry if I sound aggressive today. I'm really upset and just in a fighting mood. Love you, Nate. Alex in California, you're on the air.
How you doing, Alex?
I'm just sick and tired of it.
This is Alex. I'm calling from Los Angeles. I'm a freelance writer and reporter. You actually used one of the articles I wrote a couple years ago in your movie Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA. You were just talking about it, where the Marines were doing illegal checkpoints out here in Southern California for DUI checkpoints. They had armed Marines on record, searching people's cars and arresting some people out there. I wanted to talk about a couple articles real quick. Earlier last summer, they had this year actually they had an article in the LA Times. There was an NBC4 LA where they had Marines on duty working with the coroners, working with the LAPD gang task force units in different parts of the city.
Yeah, it's all part of acclamation that troops are going to be everywhere. Total takeover. It's official.
Also, too, just last week, December 3rd in the LA Times, there was recently plans revealed for martial law in parts of the U.S. and border with Mexico. You talked about that as well. So it looks like they're openly announcing getting ready to, impose martial law, especially in Mexico near the border.
And here's another one. We had to sue to get it. Judicial Watch did 3 years ago. It's an endgame that they would use the border crisis that they were about to engineer to merge the countries. Here it is. Canada negotiating perimeter security deal with the U.S., the Globe and Mail. Go ahead.
No, listen, Alex, I know you got almost out of time. I just want to tell you, I've been a freelance writer out here, and I'm mostly heavy metal punk, but your material that you've covered made me wake up. I finally have covered some really scary stories, including the one that was in the movie, and I want everyone out there to know that this is totally real. It might not be happening in every town, but it will be soon. They're openly announcing it in the news. I also want to talk really quickly about how in the LA Times they had a small paragraph last week about how there were some cops convicted of killing innocent civilians right after Katrina, and they just mentioned it in a paragraph like it was no big deal.
And we were told that by Charles from Louisiana, who was there the day it happened, where they would not allow people to go out over the bridges to safety. It was all a big beta test to test the takeover. Unbelievable. I appreciate your call. I apologize to Julio and others. We're just out of time. We'll be back tomorrow live, 11 a.m. Central. We had Rand Paul, Senator-elect, on Friday. We got big guests coming up this week, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. If you don't have a local AM or FM that picks up the Sunday show or the weekday show, you can always listen at Infowars.com or watch the live streaming video at PrisonPlanet.tv. This tyranny can't succeed if we stand up and say no to it. God bless you all. I love you. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones, and I want to